Good evening, StreamYard and YouTube users. This is Philip Reynolds, and I'm coming on basically to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Um, and I hope your Christmas and New Year are very well, and that you get all the kind of things that you want to get. And I wanted to go over. I got the pregame setup ready for Game 3 of History Maker Baseball. We got the 55 Yankees and the 75 Red Sox. Both teams are cold. The umpires are Stello, France, Barnett, and Davison. Stello is the home plate. France is first. Barnett is second. And Davison is third. Possible rain in the fifth inning. Um, and you'll see that if it happens. Um, the hot batter for the Yankees is Robinson, and he is the DH. And Rizzuto is the cold batter for the Red Sox. Beniquez is the hot batter, and Conigliaro is the cold batter. He is also the um, designated hitter. Um, the game notations for Game 3 are that Phil Rizzuto is cold until further notice. Um, and the Red Sox notations are that Montgomery, the catcher, is out one game, and Griffin, the second baseman, when I rolled for him, it was a major injury. I had to roll two dice and then multiply it by two. Um, that roll was an 11, so Griffin is out 22 games. Um, and right now, I don't have any plans to um, see a lot of Red Sox games in my future. Um, and that's pretty much the stats that are going on. Um, you have Don Larson, um, pitching for the Yankees, and you have Louis Tiant pitching for the Red Sox. Um, and that's pretty much everything with regards to that. Let's see what else I got on my agenda here. And my next History Maker project, and I just came up with this. I'm basically using my Inside Pitch League that I was in. I'm using those teams, and I'm basing it off of the fields, the parks, baseball parks. Um, and um, these are the teams. Um, the Boston Brewers, who was coached by John. He was runner up in the league this year, and he was the runner up in the league last year. Um, I wasn't on the league in the league last year, but he was runner up for both seasons. The Bridgeport Kings, who that was owned by Mike Leonard. Um, the Chicago Colts was owned by Joe. Flower City Hop Devils was owned by Chris, and he's a really good friend of mine. Me and him kind of talk to each other every week, and he is going to help me learn my replay baseball and replay basketball. And in return, I'm going to teach him how to play Glory Days boxing. Um, the next team is the Gotham Knights, and that is by Rick. And Rick was the winner of the World Series this year. Um, After that, you have the Indy Hosers, and that owner was Conrad. The Jackson Heights Metros was Tony. The Kansas City Monarchs is Jim. Um, the Liberty Warriors was owned by Mike, and Mike just passed away like 2 days ago. Well, a day or two ago. It was tragic. It was unseen. I don't know if it was COVID related or not or anything. I don't really know much more than the fact that he suddenly left. Um, the Philadelphia Colonials is my team, and the SoCal Stingers was Ed, and Ed was last year's the '69 um, World Series champs. And finally, the last team is Sebastian Teams, and he owns the Toronto Jostles. And my project is I have the list of all the players that everybody had, but I'm not using that. I'm just using the parks and those teams. Um, like John, he will be like Boston Red Sox, and Joe will be like the Chicago Cubs. Um, and what I'm doing is I'm replaying the 1970 schedule that we just had, and seeing who wins in that. Also, Merry Christmas, Chris. I really enjoyed your Christmas video. It was really nice. Nice to see you doing something other than board games. um, but I'm talking about my next project, and it's a History Maker baseball inside Petch League crossover type of event. I'm playing our 1970 schedule, but I'm using the teams those teams for my inside pitch league, but we're using History Maker baseball teams. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Philadelphia Colonial season and all the other games, and I'm going to have to break down and order the Fast Score 71 season. All the other games will be fast scored. So I'll keep track of my team stats, of course, but the other teams I really won't. Uh, Other than game day stats, I won't um, keep um, their stats too much. Other than game day stats. Um, it will be interesting to see what happens because my team, I was in last place. Um, don't get me wrong, I had my good days and my bad days, and that I just went on a 14 game plus losing streak. That it was one of those. wasn't that I wasn't playing. It wasn't that I wasn't hitting. It was just that the dice weren't in my favor, and that's kind of what happens sometimes when you play these games. Like last night, I won't give away the score, but it just happens. Things aren't going your way. Um, so, but that's going to be my next project is replaying my Inside Pitch League uh, baseball season, but using History Maker baseball cards. Um, and unfortunately, I don't have who is kind of what teams, but the first team I'm playing is the Toronto Jostles, and their team was the Philadelphia Phillies. So it will be the Reds versus the Phillies, and the first three games will be in Toronto. The second three games will be in at Riverfront. That much I do know. Um, and it is good to see Chris. He is one of my best friends. He's one of those people that if I have a question or a problem that I can go to, and like I didn't know the fact that because Rose, he's listed as a third baseman, but he was playing in right field that game. I didn't know that you knock him down to an iron as far as fielding goes, and that's something that Chris brought to my attention. Little details, but a lot of times those little details matter to the people that watch and view these games and that and I just try to do my best. I I'm not 100% on these games, but there are some things when I watch them and play them that I've noticed. Like the first two games, I noticed that the teams get a lot of runs in History Maker baseball in the first four innings, and then there's a drought from like 5 to 7, and then in the eighth, in the seventh, eighth, and ninth inning, you could get a lot another big spurt of runs. I have noticed that. I have noticed that really it's meant for four umpires, not the six umpires. There's not a lot of line judge ump calls like right field and left field. So it's not like yeah. Um, I'm still not um, really. Uh, I'm still not sure of the rare rules because they've only come up. I've only think once, and I think I didn't use the rare chart, but um, I'll get it down eventually. Um, but I'm looking forward to seeing my daughter Sarah tomorrow. I'm going to be going to my mom's house, see my mom. So that's always good. I've got something that I want to share with you. I got a package at my parents' that I want to share with you. And no, it's not a game. It is not a game. I actually have a book that I got. It's called the Iowa Confederacy, and it's about the longest game in history, so to speak. It's fictional, but it's about the longest game in history, and this game is over 2,000 innings. So it's about a reporter that's heard about this and he's researching it, trying to find out about it. And I kind of wanted to, you know, read it to you type thing. Uh, do like a half hour spiel and eventually, hopefully, get through the book. Basically, do that before a History Maker baseball game or whatever event I got going at that time. Um, I've got my friend who's the owner of that Flower City Hop Devils, Chris. His name is Chris. Yeah, you have a good night too, Chris. And you're welcome anytime to pop in and say hi and beat down on me because I'm not doing the rules right. You know that. I love you. Go spend time with your family, man. Um, but yeah, it's one of two books, baseball fiction books that I know about. The one is Universal Baseball Association. The other one I've heard about this uh, Iowa Confederacy, which is about the longest game known in history, which is over 2,000 innings. So we'll see how that goes. Um, and Chris, I want to learn replay baseball and replay basketball from my friend Chris. And in return, what I want to do is I want to, he just got Glory Days boxing for Christmas. And in return for him teaching me replay baseball and basketball, I want to teach him Glory Days boxing. And he's a guy that I would love to occasionally just, if he's watching my video, come in and stop by and, share what he's been doing, what's been going on in his life. And I would like to do the same with him. Um, so that's kind of all I have tonight. You all have a Merry Christmas. Have a good evening. I hope your roles are happy, the ones that you want and the ones that you need to win. And do me a favor, if you like my content, like what I'm doing, please subscribe. Please turn on notifications. I'm not like a Chris. I'm not like a Tony Porter. I'm not like an Al Red Sox fan who's on here a lot. And, it's like they're on Monday night, they're on Tuesday night, they're on Thursday night. They do Saturday night live chats, from 10 to 3 in the morning. I'm not like that. I get on when I have the time, and um, it might be Mondays, it might be Tuesdays, it might be Saturdays, it might be Fridays, but it's just when I have the time is when I get on. Um, and this is my player sheet for the game. It says 55 Yankees, they're cold. The bottom it has the Red Sox are cold, 75. You see my umpire notations: Stello, France, Barnett, Davison. I put down the possible rain in the fifth inning. Um, for the Yankees notation, I have Rizzuto is cold till further notice. And the Red Sox, Montgomery, the catcher was Montgomery. He's out. Fisk is starting for him. And Griffin is the second baseman, and you will see that Dole is batting for him, and Griffin will be out 22 games. So that's going to be like forever for me, because I don't know when I'll be doing Griffin again. I'll probably institute that with my league. Um, when I do my league stuff, I'll have Montgomery out for those 22 games, for the first 22 games, with regards to that. Um, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing my next project is a 71 History Maker Baseball using my Inside Pitch League, and I'll go through that when I get there and get to that. I'm just not there yet. Um, and I will have to. It will involve me getting the fast score baseball charts like RJL has, and he uses for the 10-minute ticker. I will do that for all the other games uh, that are in my league. Um, and I do have the schedule, the 70 schedule. That's what I'm going to be using. I'll use the 70 schedule. I'll play my games, the Philadelphia Colonials games, and all the others will be fast scored. So it will be interesting to see how I do. I was last place. It would be nice not to be in last place. I do have a fantasy football notation in this with this video. My fantasy football team, the Crusaders, this year were 5-9. They wound up in fourth place in my division, and that meant I just squeaked into the playoffs. I just squeaked into the playoffs. If I had lost one more game, I probably would have been out of the playoffs. And in week one, I faced the one seed in my division who was 10-4. That was Maureen, and the her team is the Outliers, and I beat her team 93-82 by 11 points. So I am now in week two of playoffs, and if I beat Jeff in this week, I will make it to the Super Bowl. And by making it to the Super Bowl, I will, of course, make some money. Would be nice to do that, but um, yeah, my team's, like I said, I wound up uh, basically fourth in a division of five. Um, it was just nice to see that my team beat a number one seed, and I think it was the first time that a one seed got beat in our playoffs. So that was nice. Um, but that's all I have for you. I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Chris, we need to set up when I'm gonna start learning replay baseball and replay basketball. My next game to learn will be the Hockey Blast, and after Hockey Blast, I will try to learn Soccer Blast in that. Um, and Rob, I don't know if you got your City League Bowling yet or not. Basically, the Bowlerama. I don't know if you got that or not. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. So maybe you're opening it for Christmas. I hope that's the case because I put a little something extra in there for you. Um, and you all, peace out, and may your rolls be good one. Please please subscribe. Please turn on notifications. Take care, guys.